Hello and welcome back to Spiritual Maintenance. Today's video is my view on the beginning, the end, and the timelines in between. This is my view because this is what was channeled to me during one of my meditations with Spirit. And so I'm just here to share it with you today. It's a little bit out there, and I asked Spirit why I am led to share it today, because I've usually been doing like the newbie type of spiritual videos, and the answer I got was hope. So those in the low vibrational timelines, this message is to give you hope that you don't have to do anything in the physical realm to get to the higher timelines. It's all work within, and you will shift accordingly. So kind of getting into that. So first it started with a vision that I had seen of the Spirit of God hovering over the waters. And in Genesis, you know, they say at the beginning was God, and it was just as it describes before even creation started, was these hovering of waters, or hovering of air, spirit and water. And so like that right there, the two is God. And then what I had seen was the love between both of them was so intense, this like want for each other, that it began this spark that started manipulating the molecules, thus creating creation. And so that it was the ability for the spirit and the waters to flow within creation so they could be together. And then that is what created multiple timelines of this infinite possibilities, essentially, is what it is. So any action you make shifts you to a different line, and it's all about choice. It's all about free will. And the quote-unquote sin that we're told about is it's not like a disobeying of the law and you're getting punished and now you got to go to hell like they tell us. What it is there's this walk with Spirit, and we either choose to walk with Spirit or we don't, and that's our choice. And when we don't walk with Spirit, when we choose not to, then that is the quote-unquote sin, the quote-unquote separation of spirit. And those are in those personal choices, like being selfish, harming others, those kind of things. And the consequence of that is just karma. So how we treat others will come back to us, but it's also on the positive side as well. When we're positive towards others, then that positive act will come around towards us as well. And it's all about balance. So there's no evil guy in the sky that's, you know, gonna smite you. It's literally just the repercussions of what you've done is all it is. And what I had seen is that we're kind of in this era of the timelines kind of falling on each other, because more of the population is either high vibrational or low vibrational. It's like almost like that middle ground is non-existent anymore. And so I seen it as like these timelines just collapsing one on top of the other. The only way I can explain it is almost like a video game, how you have these NPCs, NPCs, the non-player characters, where it's literally like an empty vessel. And so what those timelines are, when no one's in between them, there's nobody in these vessels. And so it just kind of collapses and merges with the next one that has spirits on it, or souls, us, because essentially we're souls, we're just in these vessels. And so the timelines are shifting to where there's fewer of them, because we are awakening, or I don't know what the what the shadow side, if you call that awakening, I don't know what that is. But essentially what I had seen is that eventually there's going to be two timelines, One where the male and female essence within us are completely balanced, so much so that our cellular system it can regenerate. And so we're able to live on and on and on because we have this perfect working body. And then the other timeline, honestly, was pretty horrific. It was just constant chaos, and our bodies turning into, or not turning into, but being replaced with technology. And so that is how the body was quote unquote healed, was through different technologies. But it was like these souls wishing for death because they can't die because the machine's keeping them alive. So it was kind of like two things like that. Again, I'm not really sure why I was led to share that with you today. Well, I guess, yeah, hope. So those of you that are drawn to this, you are those that are still in, in the higher vibration part, and there's a way out. You're the ones that are meant to make your way out, because you have those kind hearts, you giving, but you're being taken advantage of, and judgment has been called. And a lot of people here on YouTube that do these types of channelings, I've heard that consistently, is everybody is hearing that judgment has been called, and so karma is coming in. And just know that if you were drawn to this, you are one of the ones that positive karma is coming, and you will be making your way out. You just need to, as it says, be calm, be still, and know that I am God. So just have the faith and visualize what you want, not what you think you should be doing, what others think you should be doing, what so-and-so says you should be doing. What do you want? Sit with that, feel what that would be like, and know that as you focus on that, you are going to shift to that timeline, and you're going to keep shifting up. The way to know that you are shifting up is noticing things around you, time speeding up. The Mandela effect, definitely look into the Mandela effect, because that tells you also whether or not you've shifted timelines. And just noticing the behaviors of those around you. And from what I understand from spirit is that we shift timelines in our sleep. So notice when you wake up how you feel, and don't focus on, like, you're waking up and you're like, oh, here we go again, because then you're going to drop right back down to that timeline that you were just at. So just wake up and recognize this is a new day, new timeline, and just have that perspective every day, and notice how people shift around you, and how you notice people go from those souls to those NPCs. And I know it sounds so odd, but you'll recognize it. And I will do more meditations and videos on manifestation, on how manifestation works and how to get on that frequency. So just keep an ear out for that. I'll try to do the manifestation one next week, since I did this one, so you know how you can shift faster and get to that final timeline that we're all headed towards so quickly, and it's super exciting. So just hang on, and know that you've been chosen for that ride, or essentially you chose the ride through your kindness, your love, your unconditional regard for others. So kudos to you for that, for living life through your heart. So I'm gonna leave it there, because that's all that's kind of coming through me right now. And like I said, I will do another manifestation video, and I will see you guys around. Bye.